live. Hello there. Good evening or good morning, depending on what part of the world you're calling in from today. I do see that we've got a bunch of people from Australia, so good late afternoon or early afternoon, late morning to you. And welcome to everybody else from the West Coast to the East Coast. My name is Craig Peliquin, and I'm co-hosting the Millionaire Mastermind training today, live from the Rio Hotel, All Suites Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. Having a great trip out here. And Dennis will be coming in live from Vancouver. He just got back from the dentist. I think he's drooling a little bit, which is why he's camera shy. His mouth is still frozen. And so he'll be coming in as soon as he can get that sorted out. And our special guest from Arizona, we have Joan Robison with us. Hey there, Joan. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Great. Well, today we're it's really special because you've got a really unique topic that you want to be sharing. But before we get into that, I just want to lay down the ground rules for everybody here. On the side, there is a place for you to chat. So if you do have questions that come up during that, we're monitoring the chat box the whole time. Feel free to throw in some questions there, and we will get to them. We are on about a 30-second time delay. It's just the way Google Hangouts work. So it'll take us a little bit to see it and then get to your question. So that's one thing. Second thing is no recruiting is allowed on our webinars. This is a generic MLM webinar. Leave your company hat on the desk. It doesn't get typed in. Don't talk about your company. Don't talk about your products. If you do, you'll be banned from future MLM Mastermind webinars. This is for everybody to learn. We're not here to recruit people. We're here just to learn from experts that have made millions of dollars in the industry over the years. Myself, I was the owner of my own network marketing company. I've been $1 million earner in the industry. I'm currently the VP of a network marketing company up in Vancouver. Not going to talk about that. That's what we're here for. Dennis, who will be coming in a little bit, is the president and CEO of Internetnextstep.com. He is an internet provider for MLM companies. He provides the back-end software. He also provides two subsidiary companies through Small Biz Dream and HourADay, which are great apps for you to be able to use to help build your small home business. If it's not MLM or the HourADay, your HourADay is great for building your MLM company. It's the software that I've been using for years, and it helped Dennis and I both get to $1 million income earners when we started using it about a decade ago, and it's just got better ever since. So that's it. And now let's bring in Joan. Joan, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell a little bit what you're doing, who you are, and we can get right into the webinar.
All right. Well, thank you. I just first want to thank Craig and Dennis both for having me, and also for all of you out there for really truly investing in yourself and joining this mastermind. I'm really excited to be here. I'll give you just a little background about myself. I was in the field and worked for two different companies, both building multi-million-dollar organizations from just starting with the kit and working my way right up the ladder to ultimately having the #1 organizational group volume in the company. I then went into a corporate career and worked as the national sales director, and now I work as an executive coach, a consultant, and a speaker. And I do many webinars and trainings, so I'm really happy to be here tonight. So thanks for having me.
Great, thanks, Joan. Hey, before we go, I see that Dennis just came in. I want to acknowledge Dennis that we got him in there. Hey, Dennis, are you able to chat? See if we can hear you. I
hope you can hear me.
Can hear you just fine. I already did your intro, buddy, so everybody knows who you are and what we're all about. The rules have been already set up, so we'll be good to go. Is there anything you want? I mean, how are you doing? We told everybody you were at the dentist. How's that working out for you?
Well, it was good. It wasn't a crown, so it wasn't as deep a freezing, so my face is mostly moving normal. I'm not slobbering anymore, so it's all good.
Excellent. Well, Joan, let's get over to you now, Joan, and let's get started because we're going to talk about making that what is your why, your story, and how to do that. So let me let you jump right into that. Keeping in mind it's interactive, so if anybody got any questions, type them in on the side. Joan, to you.
Okay. All right. So thanks a lot. So we'll just get right into sharing a little bit. Tonight we're going to touch on the why, and we're going to delve into a little bit more deeper into the story. What you can expect from tonight's call is we're really going to show you how to uncover the emotional why, and why it's so important to you, and also to retaining your team members. Retention is huge in direct selling, and the emotional why is just a huge part of that. We're then going to shift and go into you and the story that you have and why it's so important. We're going to talk about some key elements and tips that will make it powerful. We're going to really change our focus from our story being so much about ourselves, but truly how the audience views your story and how ultimately it relates to them. Because that is how you're going to grow a $1 million business. It's by creating relationships, attracting people that truly want to be around you. And here's just a few strategies and tips for this part of your presentation. So first, what I want to talk about is uncovering the emotional why. And I want to tell you why it's so important. First off, a lot of times when we start in direct selling, and you all may know this and you may have felt these things before, it seems that we get in for certain reasons and we have excitement or we have needs that need to be met, and we sit down with that person that sponsors us, and one of the first things that they say sometimes is, gosh, Michael, tell me, what are your goals? And we see oftentimes a lot of blank faces because sometimes people don't even know what their goal is. They don't even know why they said yes. Perhaps they just really like the product. So they haven't really had time to think about that. The other thing that you might hear is somebody might say, gosh, so how many hours do you want to invest? You know, how much time do you want to spend per week in this business? And those are all great questions, and they definitely need to be asked. But what I would say is that as leaders, we're missing some key points to really setting our new consultants, representatives, whatever's our company tagline, up for success. So what needs to happen first is to understand their emotional why, and that is why they joined the business. What made them actually say yes to the appointment is a great question to ask. You might also say something like, gosh, Karen, tell me a little bit more about what this business might do for you and your family. What the emotional why does is it connects to the heart. It engages the heart. It also reveals purpose. And ultimately, it is what is going to keep your team member engaged